Hello everybody, this is Gregory with how I lost over 100 pounds and have kept it off for 30 plus years. But there should be no hesitance in your weight loss and maintenance. Today we're going to talk about the pointlessness of hiring trainers if you're overweight. Now before we begin, if you need help with weight loss, especially from the psychological point of view, contact me through the Clarity FM link found here in the episode notes. Also check out my website, naturopathicearth/100 pounds for 30 years.com, where there's tons of recipes and articles. Check out my podcast, The Awakened Man, my books, and if you appreciate my content, there is a link for PayPal. All right, so now before you go, Gregory, don't hire a trainer. Look, hear me out. I don't know how many times I go to the gym and I see morbidly overweight people, mostly women, with trainers, and I totally understand why they do it. But it's like you're just getting a pail in a boat that's leaking and you're pouring the water out, but the water's still coming in. You're not fixing the hole, or the hole, however you want to look at it. You're not fixing the foundation. What you need to do is fix the foundation. If you look at a lot of overweight people that do hire trainers, and you can even throw in dietitians or join like a Zumba group or whatever it is, or they pay like the higher price, like Orange Cycle in these places. The thing is, like, there's nothing wrong with having a person that's one-on-one to help you learn the proper form on how to do a squat or how to do a burpee. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with it. But if you blink, a year later, most of those people are still overweight. They were. Drinking nice lavender tea. They are, because why? And I've done videos on this before. 90% of weight loss and weight maintenance is psychological. It's psychological. So you have to step back and look at the question, or posit the question. Why are these people overweight in the first place? It's not because they have a glandular issue. It's because they have a disordered relationship with food, either through childhood trauma or some trauma in general that caused them to turn to food or alcohol to numb the pain. Totally understandable. I have the Confessions of an Obese Child series that talks about how I did that. So having a trainer, knowing how to do proper workout techniques, having somebody who's somewhat accountable to you is great, but it's essentially putting lipstick on a pig. Not saying that you're overweight, you're a pig, but it's just a facade. It's just a facade. Because if you are going to a trainer who's showing you how to use the elliptical the proper way, and then you're going home and you're binge eating, what's the point? Now, there's a lot of cognitive dissonance that we have, and so a person like that would then come in and say, well, I got a trainer, I'm working hard. But look, unless you are, and most overweight people can't do this, are like running 10 miles a day or doing CrossFit all day or lifting weights, you're not burning enough calories in your 30-minute training session to justify and offset the inordinate amount of food or alcohol or sodas that you're consuming. You're not. And let's look at the trainers. God bless the trainers. I talk about this in my inaugural welcome episode. Most of the trainers are young and they're fit. Now, I've gone to the Y where trainers are not fit. And it's like when you go to your doctor and your doctor's overweight and your doctor tells you to take care of yourself better, to eat better and lose weight. And you're just looking at them like, how can I listen to you? It's the same thing with trainers. It's like, if you have a history of having a disordered relationship with food or have a history of being overweight, these trainers can't relate to you. You can't relate to these trainers. These trainers are 22-year-old kids who are in great shape. And these trainers know, let's be real here. They look at you in a minute in that orientation meeting and they know you're probably not going to lose the weight. They know that, but they're getting paid for this. And so they'll kind of show you how to do the squat. They'll be very patient, but really they're just looking around and just kind of pacing for the time. And the thing is, like, the trainers can't relate to you. You can't relate to the trainers. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't hire a trainer. What I'm telling you is a trainer is only going to be as efficacious as you reducing your caloric intake. So if you are not reducing your caloric intake, if you are not fixing your disordered relationship with food via doing the deep work of all the childhood trauma, the trainer is not going to do much. Learning how to do a burpee or doing, kettlebells or whatever it is great, but ultimately it's going to be nothing. It's like walking on a hamster wheel. You're really not making any progress. So what would be my advice to you? Again, like I've said in so many of the psychological playlists, I have a playlist just on psychological matters. Do the deep work. Find out why you have a disordered relationship with food. Fix that, whether it be therapy or going to Overeaters Anonymous, whatever it is. Fix that. I'd be addressing that. And when you notice that your eating is becoming more ordered, like a 4-year-old eats, all right, then hire your dietitian to show you how to eat, or go to a paleo or carnivore or keto, whatever kind of diet/lifestyle you want to embrace, and then hire your trainer, and the trainer can help you. But if you do the trainer and you're not fixing your eating, it's just a complete waste of time, and in this case, it's going to be a waste of money. In closing, if you live in a large city, I would do some due research. Find a trainer who used to be overweight. There might be some if you live in a large town. Find a trainer. And when you go to do your deep work and looking for therapy, find a therapist that deals with addictions. And if you're really lucky, find a therapist that deals with food addictions. Because there are trainers out there that'll be like, yeah, I know what you're going through. I went through the same thing. And that is the whole point of this channel, is I'm not perfect. The whole raison d'etre of this channel is just to tell you things that work or /worked for me. And it's better to be talking to people who can commiserate with what you're going through than the 21-year-old bohunk who has no clue what you're going through and is just waiting for your 30-minute time to expire. So guys, do the deep work before you get the trainer. Post in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Hit the notification, subscribe, and share button. Until next time, take care, God bless, and pray.